Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Why are you here? I've been asking that question myself as I've been preparing to talk to you tonight. As a kid, I was sent to special education for my speech. Speaking clearly and smoothly has always been a struggle for me. Other kids notice too. And so why am I standing here before you to give this talk? You know, in a recent survey, they asked people what they were most afraid of. Guess what came out on top? Actually, it was government corruption. I know it is scary in more ways than one now when you think about it. But public speaking, it was way up there too. In fact, more people were afraid of public speaking than were afraid of dying. It seems that a significant number of us here tonight would rather drink a bottle of iocane poison than stand up here and talk to you. You know who you are. I, on the other hand, have developed an immunity to iocane poison. One of the fringe benefits of working in education. So how about you? What draws you to listen to this talk when you could be doing any number of other things? Well, knowing the TED community, I think it's a kind of love, really. A love of learning, a love of people and their ideas for a better world. It's that warm glow of thoughtful purpose. I've seen it on your faces. And that love now reminds me also of why I'm here. Because it's the same spark that you see in a child's eyes when they discover something new about the world, isn't it? And it's beautiful. Which is why it's also so sad to see that light go out as our students move through our schools and colleges. A recent study tracked 22,000 students across the country, asking them to report in on how they currently felt in school. The three most common answers: bored, stressed, and tired. Now, that's an odd concoction, isn't it? What does it feel like to be both bored and stressed at the same time? No wonder they're tired. Sounds exhausting. But it's also a peculiar kind of tired, isn't it? That feeling you sometimes get when you know what you should be doing, but you have no desire to do it. When the challenges before you are either beneath you, or beyond you, or just beside any point that seems worth pursuing. Do you know that feeling? I do too. Recent neurological research has enabled us to see that boredom and stress actually have more in common than previously thought. Both raise cortisol levels in the brain, triggering our fight or flight response. Now that's healthy when it prompts us to take action. But when it's regularly blocked by boredom's directionless despair, it eats us up inside. Boredom diminishes our capacity to focus, to learn, and to take initiative. And that's why boredom can suffocate achievement, even for bright students who are about as likely to report being bored as those who are struggling. In fact, boredom is among the leading causes for students to report that they're dropping out of school altogether, even good students. And this isn't just a dropout problem. Boredom is also tied to depression, to substance abuse, and to hopelessness. And the greatest tragedy of all is to watch how, even when students stay in school, boredom can slowly suffocate their love of learning, their creativity, and their curiosity. The unique gifts that each one of them brought into this world. Gifts that our society so desperately needs, to face the challenges that confront us, and gifts that each one of them, poor and rich alike, yearn for an opportunity to give. So what are we to do when we find ourselves or those around us bored, stressed, and tired? What are you and I to do about it when these have become the defining characteristics of our schools? Now, some people blame teachers. They call for more technology and infotainment. It's the add more cowbell theory of education reform. As if all students really want in life is to be able to play more cow clicker. But I think if we're going to make a real difference, we're going to have to think more fundamentally about how we structure education itself. And to do that, I believe we first need to step back, to find our own sense of purpose, and then step forward to help others achieve their purpose too. Our nonprofit EduGuide is helping schools and colleges across the country to do that, and the results are promising. In one small STEM program, they were able to cut their dropout rate by more than half. In other schools, teachers report higher grades and test scores. And most fundamentally, students are becoming more self-driven learners. They enjoy learning more, they participate more, and they're more confident tackling challenges. How does it work? Well, once a week, students simply jump on their phone or laptop to do a 15-minute activity as part of their class. EduGuide's program is built on prior control group studies of non-cognitive social-emotional activities that research indicates can measurably increase achievement. Every year in EduGuide's program, students and teachers and professors do new activities to help them deepen their sense of purpose and build the mindsets, skills, and habits to achieve that purpose. Most importantly, they do that by learning how to mentor others in achieving their purpose too. It creates a virtuous cycle where everyone on campus is coaching each other to bring out their best. It's a transformational model of what schools and colleges were designed to be, a community of purpose. What if that was at the core of our education? How might that reshape our whole society to put meaning ahead of money? If you want, you can go online to try out some of our activities too. In one, we learn about the sermon that Dr. King gave in the church where he grew up. In it, he talks about what would matter most to him as he foresaw the end of his life nearing. He didn't care about the fame, he said, but what he treasured deeply were the moments when he was able to love and serve others. 3 months later, they read it again at his funeral. Next, we in turn sit down to write about the legacy that we want to leave. How do we want to make an impact for our family and community? And how will we, like Dr. King, invest in our own education so we can make that impact? Which brings us back to our question, doesn't it? Why are you here? I think you'll find that if you take the time to pursue an answer to that question, if you sit down and write it out, that you'll find the love to achieve your purpose. A love that will drive out both fear and boredom, and that will help you to build the skills you need to leave a legacy. That's why I'm here, fears and all, and why I invite you to join me in helping others to do that too.